a staff member told me, Senator, understanding order so and so, if they bring the motion and you're in the House, you have 20 minutes to respond. So you might be suspended, but you have 20 minutes protected in the Senate to tell everything. So you come. I said, so I come. Kanambia kuja. Kuja na ukue tayari kusema kila kitu. So when I came, you'll see I'm in yellow and a yellow flower because they had brought the motion to suspend me. When I came, the way it played out, they brought the motion, vimbelembele sana sana ni wamama wanatumikanga. There's a lady called Shakila alitumika vibaya sana. Wakaleta. And then people were wondering, why is she so calm? Why is she sitting there with her flower, just observing everything? Because I had been given the weapon. The weapon is, you might go home today, suspended, but finally, you can say everything at the floor of the House. So I had my points. You see, today I've written some of the points I wanted to say on some things. I had my points like this ready. Then the majority leader, Aaron Choriot, noticed and realized, shit, this thing, ndio tutamvuta chini, lakini na yeye ataanguka na sisi sote. So he quickly went to the dispatch desk where the clerks and the clerk assistants sit, and he asked them, nitafutie order ya kususpend motion. So he stood, he said, as the leader of this House, I want to suspend this motion because these are not matters that we should subject the public to. We can go outside of Parliament and look for an amicable way to end this, and we will have an alternative dispute resolution. And the motion was suspended because he thought he's smart enough to realize, yes, you'll suspend her, but let me tell you, after today, anyone who gets on a plane to travel to go anywhere, Kenyans will be asking, huyo analala na nani? So he realized, you guys, we are chopping off our nose to spite our face.
Yeah.
Let's remove this thing from the floor of the House, at least, and bring it when she's not there.
Yeah.
So that was the first time. So the second time they brought it, now they designed it. They were like, okay, someone has told her that if she's in the House, she'll get 20 minutes. So they schemed behind the scenes and made sure they brought it when I was in the US. So obviously I was absent, and as we don't have a T virtually online at I can log in. Nope. So they passed it very quickly, and then because they said, oh, she's not in the House, so 20 minutes zake, zimeenda hivyo, so they suspended me. And they discussed the matter in Parliament in my absence. That is when you see people standing and saying, this man who she has accused as a family. I mean, as if the people I have in my house are cats and dogs and animals. I have a family. I was listening to them and I was like, I have a family. Do you think that I am comfortable with coming out to report this guy and this thing reaching to where it has reached because I'm saying the guy is punishing me for saying no? I have a family. Women were standing in the floor of the House, Catherine Muma, standing at the floor of the House, saying, this man has a family and what is being put through. I'm like, Catherine Muma, the things I could speak about you and the things you've been doing in that Senate, if I was to tell Kenyans here, let me tell you, Catherine Muma will have to leave this country and find a country to live with her family. But I'm an honorable woman. And she's a woman. I don't fight women like the way they fight me. But she stood there and said, the man has a family, forgetting I have a family. Anyway, so they executed the matter. Now, because I was absent, I could only respond after the session was finished. And I was responding from an airport in New York. Now, that video where I'm responding and saying, today they have done this, that's the video that the clerk of the Senate, Jeremiah Nyegenye, took as the sole evidence to the court to say that I defamed him. A question I want to ask Kenyans. How could I have defamed a person who has already, whose matter has already been discussed in public to the whole world at the floor of the House? Obinna, if now we're in Parliament, we discuss Obinna ametuibia equipment, Obinna amefanya hii, Obinna alafu wakasema, oh, Obinna was not wrong. See, the matter has already been out to the public. Then Obinna was absent. Obinna says, hizo vitu mumesema Parliament, si hivyo, because you discussed it in my absence. Now I am responding after you have discussed it in my absence to the whole world and saying, this is what has happened. I didn't get a chance to defend myself. They brought it in my absence because they didn't want me to defend myself at the floor of the house. That is the video that he took to court and said that I defamed him. And that is now the judgment, which many lawyers have come out to question. That's the judgment. They said I need to pay 10.5 million. What guys don't know, and I have to tell you today, is this moment, this guy, the moment I reported him, he told me to my face that he will make sure by the time he's done with me, I'll be finished financially, politically, everything. Then he went ahead to tell all the other senators, huyu, hata pension yake atapata, yote atanilipa. So when the judgment came for 10.5 million, a judgment that has never been given in the history of this country and defamation, I don't know how he got it, but you know, we respect the courts. When the judgment for 10.5 million came, he was joking with people in parliament how he told them he will take my pension. You understand? And that he'll bankrupt me, and his lawyer started coming online to abuse me online. His lawyer came online to start telling me they'll auction my clothes. Obinna, all my clothes put together are more than 10.5 million. They'll have to give me change. And this is where people say I'm arrogant. I try not to be, but some of those things I was seeing him talking about there online, I'm like, my friend, don't be too excited. Hii pesa inaweza kuwa inakufurahisha sana, lakini ni pesa ndogo sana. But the basis of it is that even that judgment, that's why I've appealed the judgment. I've actually gone and I've appealed the judgment, and we are yet to be heard in the Court of Appeal. But already this guy, his intention was already, he set the nini in motion. Another thing he did, he stopped my salary illegally. We are in court also. This is a man who wakes up, he has so much power, he can just write a memo and say, stop paying Obinna. That's what he did. So, and then another thing he did, he crafted all this stuff to work. This, you see, I had written it. We've gotten to a point that Parliament is someone's kiosk, that some of the things that happen there, you hold your nini like this, you're like, ilikuwa ifike hapo. For instance, the other day when I'm being arrested at the entrance, do you know, Obinna, that all the media was forbidden? Any media personality, they were told if they are going to be seen at the gate taking photos or videos, their badges for the access to Parliament would be taken away. So they were calling me and texting me and telling me, Paul Mhesh, we really want to cover this, but we have been warned. And the person in charge of media in the Senate was standing by the gate to make sure if they see a reporter, niliona nani aende na mkubwa wake, who is the clerk of the Senate, wamnyanganye badge, aache kureport for bunge. That lady stood by the gate the whole time. And you know, when she's standing at the gate, what is she doing? Recording to send to her boss. Obinna, you think I'm lying? I want you to read. This is a comment she posted on Facebook. These are individuals who are supposed to be apolitical. When you work in parliament buildings, you are not supposed to have a political alignment. It is actually against the code of conduct for anyone who works to parliament to pick any political alignment, and particularly with the members who you serve. This person in charge of media has been sent by their boss, who has told everyone he will finish me politically, financially, he will make sure that when he's done with me, I'm nothing. He has warned the media, anyone who is seen taking photos of whatever is happening at the gate, which was the illegality, badge yake atanyanganywa na hatafanya kazi tena bunge. You understand? Then he has sent, he's now, they're this, I call them errand boys and errand girls. In this particular instance, he has sent his errand girl, the person in charge of media in the Senate, to go and hold forth and look if there's any journalist from any media house taking any photos or videos. Now, when she's there, her boss is calling her. They're calling each other wakicheka. Wamemvuruta, wameinua hiyo mguu yake vizuri. They are now, it's banter. When they're doing that, do you know what she does? Ndio ujue watu wako na kifua kwa sababu wanajua they are protected. Unaelewa? Ako protected, hakuna kitu anaweza fanyiwa. And remember, these are civil servants. She then goes ahead to go online to look for all the posts where people are abusing me so that she can add her abuses. So I want to show you here, because you see now, squeezing my lawyers wamenifundisha how not to get sued. I want to show you here. This is a screenshot of a comment of the head of media of the Senate.
Oh, wow.
Can you read it out loud so that people can see what is happening? This is an employee who is supposed to serve members and be there for the interest of members so that they can do their legislative agenda.
So I can just share with the video post.
Yeah, also, but actually you can because she has posted it.
Yeah, so it's on the public
Just share.
domain.
That is a comment of the head of media in Senate.
So
Have you seen what she's saying? This is a person who is, if not anything, she's not even supposed to have an opinion of this particular issue. Remember, amefukuza all the media, the journalists, na wamethreateniwa watanyanganywa badges, lakini yeye ndo ameenda sasa pale ku hold fort. Umeona? Now, should I send it? You sent it to yourself?
I've already sent it, yes.
Now, I want to explain to you so that people understand what happens behind the scenes, yeah? Okay. You know, can I just, to paint the picture clear, today is Monday.
Yes.
She has been rewarded with a trip. She's on her way to Turkey. Now, if I'm lying...
How do you know she's been rewarded with that trip?
But I've told you I have friends. Mimi mpaka watu wanaosha zile choo pale, wanataka ni wakomboe kwa ile shitiko huko Senate.
Is that bad?
It's bad.
Mpaka watu wanaosha choo?
Bana.
Kwani how shitty does it get?
Gardeners. Wewe kama ujui. Kama nadanganya leo, she has been rewarded for doing such an awesome job to make sure that journalists have not covered the illegalities that they are participating in. She's on her way to Turkey today.
So basically...
And you know, not that let me just add a bit more information. She's on her way to Turkey. There's a committee that's going to Turkey. The committee does not have enough budget to carry her to Turkey. So there's a budget that has come from the Speaker's office that is taking her to Turkey. Because she's done such a wonderful job of ensuring that Orwoba malizwa kabisa. Reward. Those are the trips that I've been saying are being used. Quid pro quo. Give, take. Nifanyie kazi nitakweka. Turkey akienda, I'm pretty sure Turkey we are doing a minimum of $800 US per day, per diem. She's going probably for 10 days. Do the math. Yeah. So actually it paid off. Her abusing me, going against the public service ethics and code of conduct of an officer has been fruitful because that money she's making on the trip, she would have otherwise made it out.
So basically you're saying the Senate is the ghetto.
The Senate is the hood.
Like a lot of bad things are happening there. The way we always see you guys put together, walking, smiling with each other. Kuma nyini madui too for each other like that.
No, you know, you have three options, especially as a nominated senator. Option number one, put your head down, sacrifice your political career, and your salary, go home. It's not a bad option. It's a very good option for someone who has understood the game and they're like, hata si lazima nikuwe elected. Option number two, bend over, play the game, get rewarded, have a good 5 years, freaking good 5 years. You'll be on the plane every month. Are you kidding me? On the plane every month. You will be the darling of everyone. Someone has put a post of me and a nominated senator from Kisii. And they put a post of me, you know, when I have the chains, when I'm really protesting there, and I'm looking crazy as hell. And then they put a post of the other one in Berlin, you know, doing conferences and, you know, and they're like, compare and contrast, trying to paint me crazy, right? I mean, the only thing that has happened is we have chosen our path. There's nothing, in fact, I looked at that post, and you know, the funny thing about that post is, you know, Obinna, when someone tags you, you have the option to hide the post. She accepted the post so that it can be seen. She's the one doing Berlin things and whatever. But I know I had that option. I just don't want to bend over. I didn't want to bend over. So I don't want to play the game. I didn't come here to play the game. And I don't want to play the game. And it doesn't mean that I'm a saint. I'm not a saint, by the Obinna. People should not confuse this that because I didn't want to play the game, I'm a saint. I am not in any way under any SI unit a saint. You can even go further to say I'm not a good person. I'm just saying we have 3 options. Put your head down, sacrifice your political career and your salary, 5 years, gone. Number 2, bend over, play the game, be nice, do the niceties, do whatever the people need you to do, and you'll be everywhere representing people. You'll even maybe be made a chair of a committee, right? That's an option. Option number 3, say no, na uzame. We've all chosen our options. And I don't need anyone, and this is, I always tell my team, they're here to tell you, what these ladies will tell you, wakinikasirikia, nani aja kusupport, nani naambia, by the way, mimi sifanyangi vitu nisupportiwe. Mimi nimechagua, and everyone has a right to pick what they want to pick, and you should not take that right from people. Those who have chosen to put their head down, for whatever reason, it's their right, and no one should look at them funny. Those who have chosen to say no and be persecuted like I'm being persecuted, including Akina wa Mushomba, it's our democratic right. That's the path we've chosen. We don't even expect to be supported. Those who have chosen to bend over backwards, don't look at them funny. They have done their mathematics, their math is mathing. That's the path they've chosen. But I just think if you're going to persecute me as the public, persecute me understanding that these are the choices that we all have, and me, this is the choice I've taken. Then people are saying, you should have known better. Nominated, you stick to the party, you stand by the party, you die with the party. Yeah, but you're the same people during Gen Z who were even trying to kidnap my child because apparently I didn't speak up for you. So you want me to speak up for you, but you want me to toe the party line. You want me to say Alfred Mutua is conning people with games, but then I mean, what do you want also as Kenyans? Because when we speak up, you say, mukona kichwa ngumu mnajifanya, hey, huyu akule ujeru yake, 1 million imeenda. What do you want? Right now, of all the nominated people out here, who is speaking up for anyone? Literally. We have how many nominated women in the National Assembly? Like 4? In the Senate, we have 16. Show me one nominated member of parliament or senator who has come up to say this is wrong, if not me. But then you want to persecute me and tell me, toe the party line. If I toe the party line, you tell me, oh, wewe uko hapo tu mshahara, huku tuongea. I don't even know what Kenyans want anymore. I'm telling you, Obinna, this is why sometimes I sit in my house. I tell that my person, you send me boxes of champagne, I drink.
I enjoy.
Yeah.
So, we saw you outside Parliament that day. How did the day start? What was happening?
The day started well.
Where were you?
Actually, the day started in court.
Ah, you are in court in the morning?
Yes. The UDA party went to court to try and secure orders to keep Consolata, the other lady, in office until the appeal is heard. They didn't get the orders. We argued it out in court. They didn't get the orders. So my lawyer told me, go to work. So I went to work. So it started well. I went to work. I reached there. They said, we have not received communication about you coming back. Allow us to go and check. So I allowed them to go and check. Then they came back and said, no, we are not allowed to have you come in. So you need to leave. I said, that's okay, but whoever has told you I'm not allowed, let them write it officially. And if they give me a letter, I'll go home. I don't want to be at the gate. Nitaenda nyumbani. And then they were like, oh, even though tumeambiwa hakuna barua, nini. I said, no. Any communication that happens in Parliament is through an internal memo, a speaker's message, or a standing order. There's no standing order stopping me from going in. There's no internal memo stopping me from going in. The speaker has not written a communication stopping me from going in. So who is this person telling me I can't go in? There's no court order. So what my father taught me is, don't take no. Because if we are all to just take no, oh no, alafu unaenda nyumbani umefanyikiwa, oh no, unaenda nyumbani umefanyikiwa, you won't achieve much in this life. So I said, no, I will leave this entrance if you give me the written communication. Because then I can go back to court and say, by the way, wale wase huko Senate wamesema hizo vitu zenu ni za bloody fucking, sasa hiyo wameniandikia barua. But no one was willing to put it in writing because obviously it's it is
They'll be accountable.
they'll
You're
be
the one who
accountable.
wrote it down, yeah.
And obviously they know that what they're doing is illegal, so they don't want to own up to it in writing. So I simply decided, okay, because you people are obstructing me from going to my workplace, I'll stay here till you stop obstructing me. Because I was not at the road, I was at the entrance of the Senate. So there was a standoff for like 5 hours. What you guys see on TikTok and all these places happened much later in the day. Much later in the day.
You were at the gate for 5 hours?
I was at the gate for 5 hours bana.
You're patient.
Mpaka walikuwa wanaambiana huyo wacha nisiseme jina yake juu sasa unajua hiyo soko ameenda mpaka amepata ma 10.5. Walikuwa wanaambiana huko atachoka ataenda kwa choo bana. Mimi nimefanya campaign za Ruto atuendangi choo kutoka 6 mpaka 9.
Nilikuwa na shanga, alikuwa anakuambia breakfast
bana, mimi
zako
naweza
ziko
mpaka
new.
9 siwezi enda choo.
Breakfast zako ziko sawa.
Niliwaambia choo siendi, choo ndaenda 9. Tulikuwa si tukifanya wewe unacheza campaign za Ruto unafikiria utashinda umeenda choo. Mimi naweza chapa campaign kutoka 6 asubuhi na nimekula everything but siendi sinyori hapo.
Umekaza tu.
Hakuna iko, si system imezoea.
So ulikaa kwa gari ukachoka
So wakarealize
ya gari.
So mimi nilikuwa natoka na stretch. So hiyo there's a part when I left at I'm stretching. Then this is now the confusion. I've seen someone on my LinkedIn saying, "Oh, you called for the cops to arrest you." No. When I came out and I was stretching and I wanted to say hi, because you see also the security, don't take it personally. Them, they are just implementing what they've been told. So nilikuwa naenda kuongelesha ini aje nini. Then when I got out, one of the police officers from the inside akasema, "Ndio yeye ametoka kuja ito mama mshike." You know, they thought I was staying in the car because I'm afraid of being arrested. So when I came out and nikasikia ukisema, "Ndio yeye ametoka kuja umshike." Nikasema, "Ni nani ananishika? Kuja unishike." Ndio hii mkono yangu weka pingu. Then she was like, "Why is she asking me to arrest her?" So she backed off. But what you guys were seeing now was the eventuality of a 5-hour standoff. And it's only because the Speaker of the Senate, short as he is, could not imagine that he was going to take an Uber because his cars were inside. So he was ready to leave, but his 5'0" height could not allow him to take an Uber. I'm 5'2". So his ego could not allow him to take an Uber or a personal vehicle. So he couldn't imagine a situation where haizi toka na wiu bana, lazima toke na wiu na sasa wiu zimefungiwa ndani. Juu sasa Orwoba amesema yeye anaenda kazini, mumfungulie gate.
And you're trying to say that the speaker could not get any other wiu from outside.
Wewe ni kama ujui kingi?
Huh?
Wiu za nje na wiu za ndani, wewe ushaona hizo manini zake venye zinakwanga. Watu watamuonaje bana ati sasa amechukuliwa tu na gari dharani. So now what happened is that they got so much pressure to call a breakdown to remove my car.
Waisho wengine walikupita hapo?
Waisho wengine waliacha magari ndani wakaenda na Uber mahali walikuwa naenda.
Oh.
Yeah, because
sasa huko na tunnel kakutokeleza side nyingine.
Tunnel inatoka miguu but gari.
So nauliza wengine walifuata kwa tunnel wakaishia.
Gari yako ikiingia Senate kutoka ni gate moja. So
that is not good for security.
That's actually a security weak point.
Wow,
but these guys, they're always doing renovations. You know, the accounting officer of the Senate ana renovate mpaka ametubadilisha maua hapo sijui mataa hajaifikiria hiyo gate iko na shida juu kazi yake tu ni anyway,
because I'm like kama gate ya kutoka kila mtu ni moja, kuna gate nyingine kwani
in Senate once you park your car inside, you can only leave from one gate.
No, but there's supposed to be like an exit.
So there isn't.
Emergency
so in fact,
exit.
when they kept on saying that I'm obstructing, I'm like, no, there's only one gate to Senate. I'm going to work as per the court's